are a champion. God is my witness. Imperfect perfection. Living my mission and winning. See, we are influencers. We have fear but don't stop. I have the confidence to rise to the top. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. All I need is inside of me. I am enough and now I see, yeah. I will reach my destiny, yeah. I don't need your permission, yes, I'm on a mission, I'll win. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Now listen, I want y'all to repeat after me, okay? Because we're going to make some declarations in here today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see. You say. I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see. Say. I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see me. Say. Say I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see. You say we are standing bolder, we're shoulder to shoulder. We are standing bolder, we're shoulder to shoulder. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. Time is over. Now you are a champion. God is my witness. Imperfect perfection. Living my mission and winning. See, we are influencers. We have fear but don't stop. I have the confidence to rise to the top. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over.
Hey everybody, surprise! I know y'all were looking for Cheryl today, but she talked about a very, very, very special engagement that came up, so guess who? You got me. So I'm Ladrine Peterson, the CEO and founder of Delivering on Ideas and Thoughts, and I am your guest host today on Impact the World radio show. So we have two very special guests in the studio with us today, and they are going to bless you. So please call in, chime in. I'm going Facebook Live, but call in on the radio show as well if you have any questions as we come along. We're going to jump right into it, and we're going to dive. So our first guest that we have is Black Diamond. As you can see, we have a display of Barry's books here. So yes, she is an author. She is the author of Stacy F. Children's Book Series, which includes She Named Me Stacy, A Temporary Home for Stacy, Stacy F., My Forever Mommy, as well as the Stacy F. Coloring and Activity Book. Diamond authored a memoir and co-authored an anthology. Diamond earned her MSW from Morgan State University. In addition to writing children's book, she is an advocate for family restoration. Diamond is the mother of 12, yep, you heard it right, 12 children and currently lives in Maryland. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so
Welcome
much for
to the
having
show.
me.
So this is going to be exciting. First of all, your book series is a whole number of book series that you have here, and you can decide how you want to go about it because there's so much information, and I'm so excited that you're here to tell your story, to talk about your very, very important stance that you have. So anything that you want to, anywhere that you want to start first, particularly. So let me say this: National Adoption Day.
Wow, yeah.
Can we start there? Can we
Yes.
start with your initiative with the trash bag challenge?
Wow, yeah. The National Adoption Day, that is just so important. It is just covered all over the world, but here in Maryland, they do so many wonderful things for the children who are in foster care who are then up for adoption. So what I decided, I am a social worker here in the state of Maryland, and what I wanted to do was not just talk the talk, I wanted to walk the walk.
Yes.
So I took the challenge, and I started off with a regular small can, the little trash bags that come in there, and I took all my personal belongings and dumped it into the bag, and I said, I'm going to put everything that I have in here. Because our children walk around, some of them travel from home to home, and some of them are homeless.
Okay.
And their things are in trash bags. So I said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. So I dumped everything that I had in that trash bag, and I went for a week. The following week, I got a larger bag, and I dumped additional things. So whatever I was carrying the previous week and whatever I needed for that week, I continued to do that. For the month of June, I was walking throughout the state of Maryland, traveling on buses, on trains, going into businesses, carrying my bag, going through work. It wound up being that big construction bag that we have, and I had everything in there. And we were able to raise funds and raise awareness for the children who are carrying their personal belongings in trash bags. And we went through an organization called Together We Rise, and we were all able to get sweet cases. And the sweet cases carried hygiene products.
Okay.
We carried coloring books, crayons, teddy bears, blankets, deodorant. We just packed it, and we found an organization that we were interested in, and what we called it was Black Friday's Doorbuster. And the day after Thanksgiving, we went and we knocked on that door, and we presented them with all the bags that we had, and we were just really excited to be able to do that. And the organization we had chosen, it's just a phenomenal organization that they're opening up their place to do this, and it's called Love and Arms. So Love and Arms is in Baltimore City.
Okay.
And we were able to provide them with those bags.
Answer me this. So as you were describing you taking this bag everywhere you went on the bus, I'm visioning it, and it sent chills through my body. How you explain like the replication of these foster children or these children that actually live every day. And for you to take this experience, how did people react to you?
Well, individuals on the bus, they just thought it was just another person on the bus with a bag. Didn't really know what was in it, didn't know that it was all my belongings in there. But this one particular day, I had to go to court. And I was working at the time, and I had the trash bag with me, and I had a colleague with me. And my colleague went ahead of me, and she showed her ID, and she went on through without having her bag checked. So it was my turn to go through, so I thought that I can show my ID and walk through as well, but they stopped me. They told me that they had to check my bag, and I asked them why. I said, you didn't check my colleague's bag. They said, well, she's carrying her pocketbook with her personal belongings in it, and I'm not. And I said, I beg to differ. I am carrying my bag. If she's carrying her Gucci, I'm carrying my Glad.
Come on.
It doesn't make a
Come
difference.
on.
I still have my personal belongings in there. But instead of getting into it, I let them search my bag, and I went on through and took care of what I was there for. And on the way out, the security asked me about it, and I explained to him why I was carrying the bag, and he just didn't believe it. He believed it, but he believed it that it was just somebody coming in with a bag, maybe a homeless person, and that's the reception that I've been getting. But I've been getting people making donations to us through Together We Rise, and the money went directly there. We never seen the money, we never touched the money, and they was able to send us the products. And we were at my home, and we had colleagues and children that was there decorating the bags and packing the bags, and we were able to deliver the bags.
Yeah, so it's touching. As you see, my eyes are getting moist over here. But because as you were talking again, I go deeper into the story and looking at it. There are so many people that walk around with their belongings in a bag, and we take it as normal. Like what you said, you were walking around. When I asked you your reaction, originally I thought it was going to be people were like, oh my gosh, or something, but it was normal. That disturbs me. That disturbs me because we don't really care enough about each other. A trash bag. Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
That's not normal. That's not normal. And we as citizens, as human beings, we don't care for one another. That's why it touched me in a different way. I understand like the purpose of it, but we got to do better as a people.
Yeah.
We have to do better in terms of caring for one another.
Yeah, we really do. It's the first week that I did it, it didn't seem like it was too much of a big deal just carrying a bag because it was a small bag. But after the second and third week, it started getting heavier, and I said, I can't do this anymore. And then I said, you know what? Those kids don't say that. They have no other choice but to do that. Everything they have, every piece of their life is in that bag. Wherever they go, whatever they do, sometimes if they're going in buildings and they're not allowed to go in there with that bag, they have to find a place, a safe place to put it outside of that building and pray that their things are still there. So I just imagine just doing that just for that month. I said, well, this is National Adoption Month. This is what we're doing this month. We delivered the bags on Black Friday, and we're going to be continuing that. This is something that we're just going to continue to do. This was our first year actually doing that particular exercise, but it's just something that we're just going to continue to do.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it really like impacted me. So definitely want to know how people can help you. What support do you need, whether it's financially, volunteerism, what support, or even someone advocating to help get the word out. And I also want you to talk about your books, but can you share a little bit about what help do you need? How can we as citizens, as sisters and brothers, how can we help you?
The biggest thing is for our children to be adopted. There's so many children, over 400,000 children who are in foster care, and we're looking for love and homes for them. My biggest thing is restoring the family, so family restoration is it, and that's how I came into the Stacey F. series of books with family restoration.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier that I am the mother of 12, and yes, age range from 6 to 42 years of age.
Wow.
And
you look forward to yourself.
Thank you. 3 of them are my biological children, and the others are nieces and nephews. And this is where family restoration comes in at. And what I've learned growing up in my family, I'm the youngest of 8, and my mom is number 14 of 16 children. My mom is currently 93 years of age, and she's still here with me.
God bless
and
her.
I've learned from her and her siblings that if you have leftover food, then you have another mouth that you can feed. So I said, why not? I don't want my nieces and nephews living in someone else's home when I know that I can take care of them. And this is where it started. It started when I was in high school. I didn't know that I was a teenage mom. I wasn't thinking about being a mom. I was just taking care of my niece. And the question came up, how am I going to provide for her? Is the court going to allow me to do that? I'm 17. So I had to lie about my age and say I was older. I was able to provide for her, but I wasn't of legal age. But I did what I felt like I needed to do not to allow her to go into the system, and they granted me custody. And from that point on, I continued to make sure that any of my nieces and nephews would not go into the system, and that's what it's about now. If we can, if you have home, if you have the love, if you have the space, please go into your local Department of Social Services, learn what you can learn, and just let them know that you're interested in becoming a foster parent, if not an adoptive parent. So this is where it's at with the Stacey F. series. One of my children, who's now adopted, he had asked me why was he in foster care, and he was 10 at the time, and I thought, 10 years old, the agency that you came from should have told you something. So I decided to tell him his truth, what I thought that he should know at that time, and what I felt as though he could handle being that he was 10. And we had a discussion, and I explained to him what I knew of his journey. And when I was finished, I asked him, was he okay? He said he was okay, but I wasn't okay. Just listening to his story again, I wasn't. I said, this kid can't be okay, not with what I had just delivered him. But he said he was, and I said, I'll leave it there, I won't push. But when I went to look, I saw his younger sister sitting there, and she was about 3 at the time. And I said, she's going to come to me someday and ask me the same question, and I want to be prepared. Her story coming in is going to be different than his, because they came into care for different reasons, although they have the same mom. But their journey was a little different. So I started writing it down, and that's how we started with the series of Stacey F, because she is Stacey F. And I just wanted to make sure that she understood her journey. I said kids need to understand what happened to them when they're in care, not just your mother didn't want you, mommy's sick, you're just staying with grandma for a little while. I wanted them to understand the journey, but you have foster parents who are foster parents for good reasons, but they don't understand the journey of foster care into adoption. So I said I'll make it an easy read for both, and it should not be as complicated as it may seem. I won't sugarcoat it, but I'll tell them my journey with Stacey, and they can use it generically for the child that may come into their home. So if they know anything about that child, they can use that child's story to explain their journey to them, to make it easier for them.
How old is Stacey now?
Stacey is 10 now. She'll be 11 in January.
Okay. So digging a little teeny bit more about the books, and sorry, I want to turn because I want to see too. So talk a little teeny bit more about the phases of the book and your plans to continue, because she's 10, so there's some more years and some more in the series.
The first book, she named me Stacey, and it's the name that her mother gave her, so I didn't want to take that from her. You know, something that your mother gave you, so who am I to just take that from you? So we just started talking about when Mom found out that she was pregnant with Stacey, and Mom had to make one of the toughest decisions that a mother can possibly make, but at the same time, she did it with love, and she knew what was in the best interest of Stacey, which is what we do as social workers, try to make what was in the best interest of the child, and that's where we got She Named Me Stacey from with this first book.
And what was the reason why her mom put her up for adoption?
In the book or in real life? Because I didn't want to give too much of Mom's personal life, but Mom just felt as though she just couldn't care for Stacey. I left it open again for anyone who has a child in their home, whether it's a relative or not, if Mom is incarcerated, if Mom is deceased, if Mom needs to go into a rehabilitation program or anything, that person could then decide where they wanted to start with that child. So it makes it easier for them because they would know the child best. If the child is 6, if the child is 11, they can come in and tell them as much as they can.
And what is this?
That's the locket, and which is one of them that I'm wearing here. The lockets do open up, and we would hope that if they have a picture of the biological parent, they can put it in here for the child. If not, once the child becomes adopted, like in My Forever Mommy, then you'll start your own family with the child with a picture, and then you can put that in, and this is something that they can keep as well. That's
very special, very special. So any upcoming events, and tell the people how they can reach you and connect with you.
Yeah, I can be reached at blackdiamond357@yahoo.com. Also at author Black Diamond, you can reach me through the website. And Stacey F now has her own website as well, so you can go on the Stacey F website.
And I need to connect with you because I work with youth entrepreneurs, so I definitely need to connect with you about Stacey. But we have a call on the phone before we transition out. Caller, you on the air? Hello?
Yes.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, how are you? I was just calling in just to show my support. I admire this young lady so much. My name is Monique Smith, and I'm in the Baltimore area. And I actually witnessed this young lady on her campaign carry her items in trash bags. But the heartwarming approach of bringing the community together for awareness about adopted children has been her forever campaign. And I thank you so much. I wanted to thank you so much, Diamond Black, for everything that you've done and forever have done for foster care kids.
Thank you so much, Monique. I have met Monique, and she is wonderful. She campaigns for our homeless youth, and she's the one that introduced me to Loving Arms, and I'm just forever grateful with that.
But wait a minute, I had no clue that you had really gone beyond the call of duty. That is amazing to hear that you pulled the community together, you decorated the bags, you had them. I'm so proud. I'm so excited. I'm blessed and privileged to know you.
I feel your excitement through the phone.
Thank you.
That's amazing. I'm in tears. But yes, what the foster care world needs to know that there are so many people that are out there really thriving, fighting on their behalf, because we know the system is so horrible and is old, but there are heroes, there are sheroes like yourself that are out there. So thank you again for all that you've been doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll make sure that we get your information put in the feed. I'll share it to Cheryl and let her share it wide. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I thank you for being here. I thank you for keeping moving forward with this whole big initiative. We need it. So thank you. And
Thank you.
we're going to go to commercial. Go get your tissue, dry your tears up and everything. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
It's that time of year again, the second annual toy drive, your chance to give back to the community by helping a child have a happy holiday. Stop by Voxwave Studios, 4711 Auth Place, Suitland, Maryland, and donate all your unwrapped toys no later than December 20th. It's our second annual toy drive, sponsored by Urban Style Media, Voxwave.com, and Star Imports, the home of the boutique car buying experience. So enjoy your holidays and give back to the kids of the DMV.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? Voxwave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Voxwave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the Voxwave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
DJ Rick Entertainment.
DJ Rick Entertainment, hottest DJ in the DMV area, CEO of Step Your Game Up and the Youth Project Show, the DJ on the Heartbeat Conga Hour, and sound engineer for a variety of bands. DJ Rick Entertainment is your #1 company for all your stage and sound event needs. Call 202-390-1151. That's 202-390-1151.
DJ Rick Entertainment.
Eyes to the top. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. All I need is inside of me. I am enough, and now I see. Yeah, I will reach my destiny. I don't need your permission. Yes, I'm on a mission. I'll win. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't need them both of you.
Now listen.
So now see why Cheryl be jamming on her, y'all. That playtime is over. She did something with that one. But yeah, so we are back with Carolyn Wilson. So Carolyn Wilson is an author, a coach, a motivational speaker. Carolyn Wilson is the fearless, magnified educator, a survivor of sexual child abuse and domestic violence who intentionally created a new narrative for her life. Intentionally. She works with women of all ages, teaching them how to tap into the power of positive thinking to live and create their best life, especially after trauma and abuse. Carolyn is the CEO and founder of Magnify Your Essence, the Celebrating You Women's Conference and Expo, and the best-selling author of Magnified Thoughts. So welcome, welcome. That was a mouthful, and I'm here for all of it. I know, but I love it. I love it. So it's so many different facets of what you do, what you represent. So let's just jump into it. So let's talk a little bit about the fearless, magnified educator. What does that mean? I like the words too, but what does it really mean?
What does it really mean? It means, look, I'm
okay.
Magnified. Look, can y'all see this? Look, you zoom in somewhere. It's
yes.
magnified. But it just means being able to understand who you are.
Okay.
Know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Know whose you are.
Amen.
Right? You gotta give honor and praise to him first. At least that's who I choose.
Amen.
So, no.
Amen.
But just understanding your placement, your value, knowing who you are, that's what makes you magnified.
Okay.
Right? And then being fearless, because fear is no longer a factor. You know, you have to show fear factor. It's no longer a factor for me. We always hear Les Brown talk about, fear is false evidence appearing real.
Right.
And it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I've adopted a way of just being fearless.
Yes, I love that.
And the educator piece comes in because I'm a college professor. So.
Okay.
But then I also educate people too. Like we talked about my bio, just, exude the power of positive thinking. Because if you change your thoughts, you change your life.
One of the things that I always say is a mindset. Like you can gain so much money, you can gain positioning, but if your mindset isn't right, you will never adjust and you will never succeed.
Right.
A mindset is a serious thing. So I love that.
Terrible thing to waste.
Oh, it's right. We learned that coming up with the commercials, but it's so true.
But it's true.
It is so true. A mindset is a serious thing, and we can stay there and talk about that all day. But I want to shift and talk a little bit about your book, your projects that you have going on. Any major things that you want the audience to know?
Sure. And it's interesting because I actually have 3 books.
Okay.
So, but I only brought the one. The other 2 books, they're anthologies. I co-authored with a plethora of different authors.
Okay.
And I want to tie them in because it coincides. So the one book is I'm Fine.
Okay.
A Woman's Silent Cry. And it's because as women, we say, we're fine. We're fine. Men don't believe it. Women don't believe it.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not. And it's our silent cry. Yeah. So, my particular story in that particular book was about in too deep. Being in too deep. When you're in a domestic violence situation and you're kind of stuck. And then you should be out, but you don't know how to get out because you're in too deep.
And that whole thing about stuck and it.
Right.
It's not only domestic violence. It's everything. It's all types of marriages, friendships, relationships, businesses, your jobs.
Right.
It's the whole aspect of being stuck. And you know it. But how? Wow. How and why?
Yeah, it's like you went way out to the deep side of the ocean and you're just there.
Yeah.
So you're just treading water and it's like, okay, so what do I do? Do I just stay here and drown? Or do I try to fight and find shore? Because no matter which way I go, I'm going to get to somebody's land.
Exactly.
It may take a little longer, maybe a little closer, but you have that choice. But that was my story in that one.
And let me stick there for a minute.
Okay.
We're going to move on. The thing that you said that was like very key to me was silence. A lot of people are in the situation that they're in because it's silence.
Yeah.
Like when you begin to open up and talk to other people, you're going to realize and you're going to understand that so many people have gone before you that have gone to very similar situations.
Right.
And you also have to speak up because there are people that are going to go through or they're going through what you've gone through and they're going to be at the position where you are. So we all have to like reach back and reach up to people.
Yes.
But that silence thing is just crazy. We have to come out of our silence. You will suffer. Like you're going to suffer.
You're going to suffer.
You do it
and see, that's a segue into the rest. So that's a good.
Okay,
that's
go
good.
ahead.
So
go ahead.
God knew what he's doing. God knew what he's doing. So then the other book was His Grace is Sufficient. He turned my mess into a message. So because my life was a pure mess because of the domestic violence.
Okay.
But the precursor to that was the sexual child abuse. I was molested by my father from as an infant, probably as an infant as Stacy right there, and from the other book, and up until I was about 14 to a teenager. So my formative years, that was my life. And then I went right into domestic violence situations. Controlling relationships. And that was just the gamut for my life. That's how I existed. So I basically existed to not exist. So, he turned my mess into a message. So my message is how now I'm coming up with this magnified thoughts.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because I had to get to a point where I had to change the way I thought about my life. And it wasn't, and you got to be careful what you ask for.
Yes.
Because I asked for God, I said, listen, I have all of these accolades. Like my son graduated from Princeton University. I'm a single parent. I got my MBA. I'm a college professor. I have all these things, but I don't feel right.
Broken.
It doesn't match. It doesn't match. I'm serving on board. It's like crazy. Like my bio was insane, but I didn't feel that way. I felt like I was that teenager that was on welfare, that was homeless, that had a child, because that was me.
I need some tissue. Should've set me up in here today. Got me crying with both guests up in here. But yes, please continue.
But then and I just asked God. I said, something has to give. I think I need to readdress the issue with what happened to me as a child. See, now watch the setup, because that was my story in His Grace is Sufficient, was the setup.
Okay.
Because God set me up.
Okay.
He set me
That's
up.
what He does.
He does. He does. He's funny sometimes.
That's what He do.
Yeah. You gotta laugh. So He set me up to the point where it's okay. So although the child abuse is what was the precursor, the foundation that allowed the domestic violence to come in, right? But the domestic violence is what allowed me to get my voice. Because in the first situation, I did like everybody, well, most people, don't go, it'll go away.
Right.
And, you make everything patch up, and then it's just, a mess.
Right.
So then when it happened again, I was like, oh, no. I'm a fight.
Yeah.
See, but it came at a cost. Because even though I fought, it lasted longer because I fought. That one did me in. I lost my mind. Everything was gone for 10 years. The situation was well over. I recognized and got out, but it lasted much longer. It had much more of an impact on me. It deteriorated me. I no longer knew who I was.
Wow.
So my drug of choice was getting my degrees and putting my way into stuff. So it made me better, but I didn't feel better. It made my life better, but I wasn't better. Right?
So tell me how, from the whole standpoint, because we know, and I need some tissue, like for real. Y'all gonna have to excuse the shininess around my nose.
That's okay.
But
that's okay.
We know so many people who are like ahead in the game, like. Excuse me, people.
It's okay.
Who are ahead in the game. Portfolio is very nice.
Right.
Money or whatever it is in terms of success.
Right.
What success look like from the outer shell. All together, but so crushed and broken on the inside, and can hold it together when they're out in public.
Oh, yeah.
But when they go home by their lonely selves, a purity mess. So talk to me about that. How did you make that shift?
So back to telling God I need something needs to change. So I need to readdress that issue, but I didn't really know how. So I said, well, maybe I need to go to a counselor. And I looked up the information. I was like, nah, not yet. And I put it to the side. Months went by. And then out of the blue, because it's always providence.
Right.
So He answered the question.
Okay.
So information came to me where I found out that my abuser, which was my father, was abusing. Now, mind you, when it was, put yourself in a 7-year-old little girl. I was 7 years old, right? So I found out he was abusing another 7-year-old little girl. Now, we got some years that went by. I'm in my 40s. This little girl was 7. Oh, guess what? This little girl was my sister that I never knew existed. So at that moment, of course, that shattered my world. Because I told when I was 17, and they held it because I was about to turn 18, and then it just went away.
So all of the years,
all of those years,
you held it to yourself.
I just held it to myself because I made a conscious choice. I made a decision. Do I try to? Because I did try to reopen it, and it was like, oh, well, that building's all locked up, and we don't have the files anymore. So I had to make a decision. Okay, do I allow this to continue to control my life, or do I move on? So I moved on, but everything else replaced it because of that foundation. Remember? So,
but then when you moved on, did you really, really, really move on? Because
I
it's
didn't.
Still like,
I didn't.
And
right.
I'm making
I didn't.
a point.
No, I know. That's what we're getting to
the audience.
So, and I didn't move on. So now, when God placed this in front of me, it says, "Okay, so daughter, this is what you asked for.
Right.
Are you ready? Do you really want to be free from this? Do you really, really, really want to be free from this hurt, from this pain, from this confusion, from this, disconnection? Do you really want this? How bad? It's right here. Sometimes when the table is set, you can't complain about the meal that's put there right before you. You got to sit there and take exactly what's given to you. Whether it's mish, mosh, whatever, you got to take it.
Yeah.
So I made that decision instantly. I didn't want to, but I knew I had to. I went down to SVU and I reopened my case. Or I told what happened to me, knowing that it's not nothing. But I knew that he was locked up. Right. And I knew that he was about to get out. So, and I knew that it was going to just go away again. And I knew, no, not on my watch. So now I had to take myself out of the things that happened to me, and I had to protect that little girl. Because that little girl was me. No one protected me. So I had to go and protect her. So I was able to somehow, God was with me to be able to come forward and just retell my story. So they used me as a prior acts witness.
You see the circle?
The circle. So that's what
and the thing that you said when you said she was 7.
She was 7.
And you were 7.
And I was 7.
And the whole thing is that while no one was there to protect you,
right,
he showed you and he flipped it at the whole relationship to the 7 that you had no other choice because you know how you felt.
Well, no, I had a choice.
Yeah.
And that's the key I want to make to people. So that's the part that where my magnified thoughts and all the things that I'm doing with the community, I want them to know that it's a choice. If you really want to be free, where the camera? If you really want to be free, you got to let it hurt. You have to purposely, intentionally, remember she read in my bio, jump in that fire.
Yeah.
You have to let that hurt. If you go and get your knees replaced, you know you're going to have some pain.
Right.
You know it's going to take a certain amount of time before it heals, before you can walk again.
Right.
You're going to have to walk with some assistance. But eventually it will heal.
Yes.
But you intentionally go get that surgery, knowing it's going to hurt. And then you may have to get the other one done.
Right.
Intentionally.
Right.
So when it comes to your life, why aren't you intentional about your life? You have to, that's what I did. When I tell you it was a pain that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, and I don't think I have any. But it's something I needed to save my life because I already knew what my life looked like on this side. So I made a decision to say yes, even though I didn't know what I was saying yes to. But it had to be better than what was over here with that no.
Yeah.
And what got me through that time, because I'm going to tell you, I lost my everlasting mind. What got me through that time was my thoughts, was my ability to find a way to just find positivity in it all.
Wow.
Because I knew, because what happened, even though I had to go and testify in front of him, I had to look him square in the eye, just like I'm looking at you, and tell everything that happened. For him to just look at me and just like give me compassionate eyes, like, oh, like Carolyn, like my daughter, like, and I'm like, no, I'm not 7.
Right.
I said, because guess what? I'm going to tell what you did. You might can look at my sister that way, and she can look down and know that's daddy, and I won't tell. Or you can look at the mother, and she may be like, no, okay, I can't say nothing. But guess what? I'm going to tell it all.
That's right.
I'm going to tell it all. And at whatever cost, I'm going to tell it all. Because that was, see, it's so ironic. I saved her.
Right.
But she really saved me. Because
that's
that full circle.
That's that full circle thing, and that's that healing.
It's the healing.
Part. Like
it's the healing.
When you can't even keep yourself, or when you're in your own way, he comes and protect you and make sure that you take care of self, and that you are taken care of.
Yes.
In other words.
Yes.
So we can talk
all day.
Long
I know.
On the variation of topics, but any events that you have coming up that you want to talk about, and then after that, share your website and your information.
Okay, absolutely. Well, with the 3 books that I talked about, and because I'm so passionate about it, about people just healing, because of you talked about everyone, we wear this mask and we walk around and we look so fine and we're amazing with everything, right? but at the surface level, we're broken. We're all still that 7-year-old little girl, you know, or guy or boy or whatever. And I need for us to be healed. And I need for us to be able to tap into this power of positive thinking. It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
Because you can do and have anything you want and be anywhere you need to be. Hence, I'm here.
Yes.
Right?
Totally,
hence, I'm here.
100%.
Right?
I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want to start the conversation all over again. I know. But that's my platform.
That's so what I'm doing with that. I take that on the road. I went to have a book tour with those 3 books, and I do it not just with me, but with other authors as well. And we have a real conversation. We're going to have this conversation. It's going to be cute. Yeah, we'll talk about the book, talk about my story. But no. I need for us to really, really, really get to the heart of the issue and talk about the power of positive thinking, especially when overcoming trauma and abuse. And trauma, you can fit anything in trauma. You can just been diagnosed with breast cancer. Guess what? You're experiencing trauma. It doesn't have to be my trauma, but everyone has something that shifts their atmosphere. So that's what trauma is. So let's not get it twisted. It's not always about the blue ribbon and the purple ribbon. It's the pink ribbon. It's the white ribbon. It's the red ribbon. It's all the ribbons. Right?
No, like seriously. So
yeah.
Like I said,
so that's
we
the
can
discussion.
Go on and on and on and on.
And
I have to make sure I connect you to my sister Donna Izzard.
Okay.
She's actually doing an event. I'm co-hosting. She takes it around.
Okay.
But it talks about its identity, and it talks about coming out of divorce, coming out of. So all of the things that you say, you need to connect with her, and I'll make sure that I make that connection.
Absolutely. So, but I have the pop-up book tour, and it's exactly as it is, pop-up.
Okay.
So, don't know where it won't pop up. So, I've already been in New Orleans, already been in Atlanta. Just pop up. So, I mean, I got my eye on some places down here. So, just watch out.
Okay.
But, so my pop-up book tour, I have coming up in next year, 2019, it's a whole plethora of things. So, I can give them my website, and they can be able to follow me. And I can give them information so I can keep them engaged. But the big thing that I'll have coming up will be in May. So try to come to Philadelphia. I'll give you the date, May 1919. It's my Celebrating You Women's Conference and Expo. And that was pretty much just kind of birthed out of all of this. As my healing, my drug of choice is giving back and just empowerment. So I was helping others, but others were really helping me. So that started, and now it's my 5th year. It's my 5th year anniversary. So I just want everyone to come out and enjoy that.
And is there a website, Facebook handle?
Yes, absolutely. So Magnify Your Essence. That's my handle on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's my handle. You can also email me at magnifyyouressence at yahoo.com. My website is magnifyyouressence.wordpress.com. And if you want to be on the mailing list, just text, and I had to write it down, make sure, just text Be Free to 31996. So I'm going to repeat.
Sure it gets shared so
so you can share that.
Go ahead,
but it's Be Free to 31996. And then I'll put you on the list, and then you'll get all the information, all the things that are coming up in the world of Carolyn Wilson.
Well, y'all have it. They had me up in here crying. Cheryl set me up with this one with the crying. She know I'm emotional now. But Black Diamond, Carolyn Wilson, both phenomenal guests. We're going to drop their information so that you can make sure that they follow. The only other one piece, so y'all know I'm the platinum sponsor here. So I can't do the spiel like Cheryl does it, but I am the legacy. Make sure that you follow that hashtag for youth. The book anthology entry just ended this past week, so we're going to be looking to finalize and selecting the 10 who will be in that book. Remember, it's no cost to any parents, no cost to the children. And then this Friday, we have the Zumba fundraiser, so make sure you come out. All funds go to it. And on Facebook right now, we have a PayPal thing going on. Yesterday was Giving Tuesday, so thank you all so much who have donated. But I am the legacy. That I'm just going to leave it right there. I told you I can't do it like Cheryl does it, but that's it. So thank you all for joining, and I hope you all have an amazing day. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, God. I know.
second annual toy drive, your chance to give back to the community by helping a child have a happy holiday. Stop by VoxWave Studios, 4711 Auth Place, Suitland, Maryland, and donate all your unwrapped toys no later than December 20th. It's our second annual toy drive, sponsored by Urban Style Media, VoxWave.com, and Star Imports, the home of the boutique car buying experience. So enjoy your holidays and give back to the kids of the DMV.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
DJ Rick Entertainment.
DJ Rick Entertainment, hottest DJ in the DMV area, CEO of Step Your Game Up and the Youth Project Show, the DJ on the Heartbeat Conga Hour, and sound engineer for a variety of bands. DJ Rick Entertainment is your #1 company for all your stage and sound event needs. Call 202-390-1151. That's 202-390-1151.
DJ Rick Entertainment.
See, we are influencers. We have fear, but don't stop. I have the confidence to rise to the top. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over.